What's up, guys? So today I'm just talking about my runs I had over the weekend when I was in Florida. So if anyone does not know, there was 2 events back to back in Florida this weekend. It was really cool. So there was the levitational and Cirque du CFL 2. So the levitational, what it was, and these were both B+ tier events. The levitational was a 16-person invitational featuring some of the best talent in the US and Florida. Players like Louis Money, Light, me, Zamba, Aaron, Beast Mode Paul, who won through like a local qualifier, and more. And then Cirque du CFL was just a really stacked Florida national with like all the best players in Florida, and once again a lot of great players going to it. So I had a pretty good runs here, not gonna lie. So I haven't had a chance to go to a big event since SmashCon. I haven't had a chance to go to anything big for a little bit. So this was great. 2 events back to back, good players, and what was cool with Levitational, I'll start with that one first, is that it was in an Airbnb that was like basically a mini mansion, right? It was like this really rich gated community, and fucking big ass place. Like the area looked very nice, and the Invitational was held there. So I basically woke up and got to play Smashy Bros. So in pools, I fought Epic Gabe, who I kind of just beat. I think all the games were like last stock, but like pretty comfortably in my favor. I'm like okay versus Rob, I think. I could definitely get better in the matchup. But outside of Zamba, no Rob can like beat me anyway. I fought Aaron, who that's what was very interesting. I lost game 1 barely, and then game 2 I feel like I barely won. I kind of cheesed him, I believe, because I think like Aluma saved me from a lot of his combos, which to be fair, is very intentional in the matchup for me to like position myself in ways where Aluma punishes Diddy Kong for hitting me. Because that's what my character does, right? You hit my character goes, you hit Rosa. Luma comes in with a steel chair. Yes, that set was interesting because it was a lot of baits and intentionally, like, I might get hit, but Luma's going to punish my opponent and give me advantage state. Although I didn't really hold advantage state well enough, to be honest. I didn't get, like, a lot of damage on my edge guarding or juggling or ledge trapping, so I could have worked in that for sure. And then I fought Chase, and the Chase set was just, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Dude was just really pissed after losing a game 5 set to Epic Gabe, and I was guaranteed first in that pool regardless, right? So I'm big chilling. He's pissed, and dude starts Mithra just spamming dash attack, and I beat it, and it was like closer than I'd like it to be. That matchup kind of stinks. I wish I could play against Aegis's more, but I feel like there's not as many to play as I'd like. But yeah, he got really pissed and starts spamming dash attack. He goes Palu. I destroyed the Palu, actually. That was the easiest of his characters. Then he goes Steve. And I was up like 3-1 stocks for Steve. I just started running at him because I was like, can I just end this? And then I almost lost because I kept running at the Diamond Steve, or Diamond like Pickaxe Steve. Because I was like, can I please just end this shit? So that was interesting. Chase was just very like aggressively raging, and it was so obvious. It was just like, I wanted to be done with this set. And that was my pool. And then in bracket, I feel bad for Krama. He tried Corrin versus me, which I don't blame him, because at this point, like, I have so much Dark Wizzy practice. I have played Dark Wizzy for like almost 10 years in Super Smash Bros. In Rosa Mario. There is no Mario in the world that can beat me in that matchup if their name is not Dark Wizzy. So he tried Corrin, and honestly, all the games were last stock. Game 3, in fact, he had a decent lead at the start. But his Corrin is very unpolished, and I feel like especially he doesn't know how to use like the ground buttons super well. He just knows how to space the aerials. So I was kind of able to just have crazy ground control with Starbits and Luma positioning. And I did a really good job that set, I think, of like using Luma as a bait. Where he'd hit Luma, I'd run him like dash attack or grab him or something. And I got a lot of reward off that in exchange for Luma taking some damage. So between that, good Starbits, and the fact that he didn't really know how to punish me, just like run up like forward air and drift away, got me a lot of value. But I think the Karama Corrin, I think he's going to keep working on it. And I think it's actually going to become pretty good at some point. And then I fought Louis Money. This matchup's annoying. Rosa, Palu. Palu wins for sure. It's not awful, but Palu wins for sure. Because she can just kind of camp with Saibi and hit Luma. And I have to do a lot of work to position around Nutrabi and Saibi just poking Luma. But in exchange, I'm able to get constant Starbits on her. I am able up close to like just press Luma buttons and hit her. Down tilt's annoying for her. She wants to jump in aggressively, although I don't think Louis Money did. Like her back air is annoying, but I can always back up, throw Starbits. Or like run up, get a grab maybe. And basically, like, Rosa has good buttons, along with stage control and position control to, like, harass Palu. But in exchange, Palu just has easy ways to hit Luma. And, of course, if she gets advantage state going, her up air juggling, her back air ledge trapping, nair edge guarding is really annoying. And I can up air juggle Palu, down tilt Nair, down tilt fair, great ledge trap tools in her. I can even forward air her recovery, so it's like, it's actually a really dynamic matchup. The way Luma played it though, he just kind of camped me out. So I kind of just camped him out, and it was a super slow paced matchup, especially games 3 and 4, where he realized the more aggressive play was almost always getting punished. So he realized he had to be passive and test my patience. And game 3 I didn't have enough patience, I let Luma get hit by too much stuff. And game 4 I barely won that. Luma like clutched like 3 times last stock where he'd hit me. He'd chase Luma. I'd hit him with Luma. And then I get back to advantage state. Yeah, and then I fought Light. And I thought I took a set off Light for the first time since quarantine. 3-1. It was a very close set. Like I won 3-1, but all the games I won were super close. In fact, we played 4 sets, and that's going to be kind of the story of almost every match we play in every set, where they're all way too close. Like literally like 1 hit, and the other person wins. I control with, you know, all my attack cancel tilts, aerials, whatever. And I do that while trying to put Luma in positions where Fox hits me. Like Luma forward tilts or jabs him, right? And you notice I do that a lot where I kind of shoot Luma forward. I like control space. I move forward though, so if Light hits me, like hits Rosa, Luma punishes. If it hits Luma, Rosa's far enough away that Rosa doesn't get punished. I can like press a button, try and hit him. Which I could probably just do more like down tilts and dash attacks in those spots. So I won that set in Winners Finals, my first set in him in forever. And then I was so annoyed though, because in Grands, he came back. First set in Grands, he kind of just destroyed me. I played way too passive, and I tried camping the ledge without Luma too much, because Fox doesn't actually hit ledge hold well. So a lot of times it's like, if I lose Luma and I'm at low percent, I can just kind of hold ledge. And the worst he's going to do is down smash me. If I'm at like 20%, I don't care. Down smash me. I use that time to stall for Luma to come back and get on stage. But he did a very good job at, when I got Luma back, hitting the Luma as I was trying to go off ledge, and hitting me as well, basically keep me there, and he got a lot of damage that way. Like, I didn't like internalize that was happening enough, because I just remember, yeah, I can hold ledge, and I'm not going to take a lot of immediate damage. Instead of thinking, alright, I can hold ledge, but I still got to get off of it. I also found a lot of value in using forward air, but I started overusing forward air when I'm at the ledge, because Fox can't get through Rosa's forward air. It's a destroying multi-hit move without much lag. And I'm still trying to use that like more and more, because that's such a great move for her. It's super underrated. But yeah, I definitely spammed that too much in set 1, so he 3-0'd me there. And then set 2 is game 5. He was up 2-0, had to 6-0 main Grands. And then games 3 and 4, I remember telling myself, alright, I gotta be more proactive in holding forward, so I can hit him into spots where I can edge guard him, right? Because if I'm defensively like throwing hitboxes to keep him away, I'm not able to position myself where like if I hit him, I can step and edge guard immediately. So games 3 and 4, I said I'm gonna hold forward even without Luma more to like actively hit him while he's on the platform, potentially in the corner for edge guards. The matchup in general is very much whoever gets that hit can do a lot of damage. So a lot of stocks you'll see, I hit Light, he takes a lot of damage, potentially dies. Then he hits me, I take a lot of damage and I die. And there's actually so many stocks where basically the other person would, like one person would die first, I'd immediately come back, take the other stock. But yes, I lost that Grands, game 5, because game 5 in particular, I kind of just got hit early with like whatever combo, and I really was at too much of a deficit there. I feel like it snowballed. Yes, that was the levitational. I was annoyed I lost that, but I was like, you know, first set of Grands, I played kind of bad. Second set, I didn't play as good as I could have. I definitely let him get away with too much stuff that I didn't in Winners, I think. But at least I adjusted to start, like, you know, taking games. So I'm like, alright, I've taken games off Light for the first time in years with Rosa. That's pretty good. And then the Cirque du CFL, the main event happened. And honestly, this event was, I think, less interesting for me. Pools was whatever. You know, I fought a, my first match was before Robin for my second match. And I felt bad for the dude, because he's Robin. So I said, you play Robin. Oh! And just went a +3 matchup and just won. All his friends were behind him saying, go Rosa, go Rosa! And I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, no. Let me play the +3 matchup instead of like a bad matchup. What did I fight? Oh, I fought Jorge afterwards. And this is a funny one. So the TOs definitely rigged my bracket. High key. Because I remember at CEO, I lost a game to a Luigi player named Jorge. And guess who I fight? Here. A Luigi player named Jorge. In a best-of-3 set again. Now this set, game 1 I died at 70 twice because I kept trying to jump above him and disadvantage without Luma. And he kept downbeating me for it. And I'm like... And then game 2, I remember not doing that. I'll like pretend like I'm going to jump above him and that would just drift back. Or even just like dash it, like run at him with like a tilt or something and stay more grounded. And as a result, I didn't die at 70 and then I 3-stocked him. So yeah, the difference of getting killed at 70, or hey, I'm not gonna jump above you and you're not gonna kill me at 70, but you're gonna kind of preemptively position yourself to catch my jump, putting you in a worse spot to pressure me in the corner. I have not lost to a Luigi in bracket in Smash ever. I literally, not including online, because I don't know what happens online. That's all one giant blur in my mind. Yeah, I haven't lost a single set to Luigi in Smash ever. So, the streak goes. And then I was really lucky. So, I was supposed to fight Beast Mode Paul. Now, I did not want to fight Beast Mode Paul. I'm going to keep it real with you. Hero destroys Rosa Olimar. Beast Mode Paul has a lot of Mimic experience. I know he's good in the matchup. So, I was really not comfortable going Mimic anyway versus him. And I was going to start Rosa and probably switch to Mimic if things went bad. But with that said, it didn't matter because I fought Jen. The New York Palutena beat Beast Mode Paul, and goddamn, that was so good for me. Because I am so comfortable versus Palutena. Which makes sense, right? There's so many Palus, such a common character. In fact, like, my main offline training partner is a Palutena player named C, who's very good. And he's back in the area for college right now, so I'm practicing that matchup a lot. Which is also nice because it made it so I could beat Chase and Louis Money pretty confidently. But yeah, so I fight Jen. And game 1 versus Jen, he actually beats my Rosa. And it wasn't even close. It was like last stock, low percent. And I was like, he was kind of messing me up. I kind of started figuring out near the end, like, how to deal with his much more aggressive than most Palutena's, like, playstyle. Like, he's really good at spacing his back airs and his nairs. He's really good. So, like, I feel like I kind of cheesed him. Because I just went Min and, like, did Min stuff to him. Like, I just pressed buttons as Min, and he's not good at that. Or good at dealing with that. So I just won. In fact, I even told him afterwards, I'm like, yo, come through my place. I'll hit you up so we can get a session going. Because I want to teach you the matchup. Because it was like, I felt like I super bullshitted him with matchup and experience. Which, to be fair, is a great strategy. It's what I've been doing for how many years with all my random ass characters. And then I fought Lima. Now, Lima is actually a player to not want to fight. I'm going to keep it real with you. So I think Rosa Bayo kind of sucks. Rosa's so tall. Luma doesn't break combos well. And it's very hard to get kills as Rosa in general sometimes. And Bayo's a hard to kill character. But yes, I didn't want playing as Lima because that's bad. Mima just gets farmed by Bayo. And then the Olimar's rusty. And Olimar shits on Bayo. But the Olimar is legit, like, post-SmashCon, I have basically not played him at all. With that said, I said, alright, at least Olimar shits on Bayo. And when you've played Olimar since puberty, like I have, you can play the character at a competent level without any experience. Just from so much playtime with him over the years. And that's kind of what happened here. I'm like, alright, I get pulled out, see what happens. And there was game 5 with Lima. I could tell as we were playing, he was very scared because Olimar, it's hard for Bayo, right? Olimar's super short, so Bayo can't hit him with aerials. Pigment Toss just, like, gradually gets damage on her, which she doesn't like. Like, no one likes taking damage gradually, but Bayo's a character that's kind of waiting for her opening to get in and relies on her, like, ability to just whiff punish things and just play super safe at far ranges otherwise. So getting consistent chip damage and getting my lineup, and then getting purples, which purple stops her ground approaches and even aerial approaches pretty well. And it forces her to do bad side Bs, but like, because all of our plays so far with side B, I can just throw Pikmin, block side B and reaction, punish. With that said, the one thing that's bad about the matchup is that since Olimar's can be really hard to all of his jump aerials, and like, all of Olimar's buttons are a pretty big commitment outside of side B, and Bayo's good at punching that, it's really awkward to find the right balance of throwing Pikmin and then get up close, swing with aerial to like control space without running away into the corner. Because in the corner, once I'm there, I have to get out of it. And Lima got a lot of value off either I would jump with an aerial or something, and like he would just not get hit by it and punish me, or I'd put myself in the corner throwing Pikmin, and he'd punish me trying to get out of the corner with like wait for the roll and up B, or like grab me for just standing in place with a shield. So that went to game 5. And honestly, each game felt pretty dominant. Well, look, game 1, I should have lost, but he SD'd going for an edge guard on me. The Lima classic. Game 2, I remember he just kind of beat me with edge guards. Game 3, I feel like I confidently just kept him out. Game 4, I let him go Smashville because I was like, I think it was stage I lost on game 2 on, but I was like, I think it was Small Battlefield. And I'm like, I'm going to ban that. And then go Smashville. And I was thinking, Smashville is either really good for me in the matchup because Olimar is really good up close, or really sucks for me because Bayo can basically side B to center stage from the ledge easily, and like side B controls most of the stage. And I mean, she can like combo me from anywhere really easily. I got destroyed on Smashville. I will tell myself in the future, anytime I consider not banning Smashville versus Bayonetta, no, we're banning that shit. And then game 5, I went Hollow Bastion, which is great for Olimar, especially in that matchup. And I think I just kind of camped with purple Pikmin under the platform. I made sure not to corner myself. I just stood underneath the platform and just chuck purples. And I think I just kind of won because he couldn't find a way past like the super like simple purple wall. I remember watching him also before the set versus an Olimar named XT Diamond, who I think used to go by a different tag. I think that's Army, who's a very good Olimar. And I forget who won that set at the local, but I remember thinking, that's a game 3 set, and I think Lima's a better player. So Lima's not good versus Olimar either. So, won that set, game 5, very scary. One of the players I did not want to fight, so I was happy to win that. Then I fought Zomba, and I'm so annoyed. I keep fighting Zomba, and I keep losing like at least one game to like dying at like below 100. In fact, game 1, I think he's 0 death with gyro bullshit. And then I just die like 70 to like down tilt side B, and I'm like, ugh. But it's so annoying because I keep taking like 1 or 2 games off Zomba, but I can't win the set lately. And I think I need to get better at dealing with Rob's projectiles. I think I get hit by too many random projectiles trying to dash in. Or like gravity pull preemptively and get punished for it. Or I could like get a bit better at my edge guarding and I'm just not pushing my edge guards and juggles well enough. But like it keeps being like last stock games. Games where like... And also the matchup is kind of like when I fight Light where that one hit of neutral matters a lot. Because Rosa, so Robin. In advantage save, right? Up air juggles, ledge trap him with down tilt fair. I can even like down air edge guard him and forward air edge guard him, which I'm not doing well enough. But he can like hit him Rose onto a ledge and ledge trap forever. He gets rid of Luma and I can't like play the game that well anymore. Rosa's super big, easy to combo, easy to kill. So I lost that set to Zomba and I'm like, man, maybe I try a new character, maybe I can push him more with Rosa. I don't know. It's also frustrating because Rob is one of the few characters where D-Tether playstyle doesn't work. Luma gets hit by too many lasers and stuff really easily when I play D-Tether. So I have to play with Luma next to Rosa a lot. And that's not something I've particularly worked on a lot lately because most matchups, it's like that's kind of a dead end in terms of improvement as Rosa in my opinion. But yeah, so lost that. And then in losers, I fought Kurama and poor Kurama. Poor Kurama. He tried Mario. Game 1 was really close. Game 1 was actually a timeout, and if he hit me with downer at the end, I would have lost that. But I was just really good at drifting around his downers because I'm too good at that matchup. And the game 2 and 3, I kind of realized, like, I'm not using my attack cancels well enough. And so there's a very specific trick with Rosa's attack cancels, where I do, like, up tilt Luma, and then I do the air dodge down, so it's called a Lunar Dash, where you basically attack with a Luma tilt, while air dodging down in a direction with Rosa. And I can do that to clank out Mario's aerials. And if I do that, I'll clank his aerial and then I can like starbit or do a tilt afterwards and basically punish him for pressing a button. And I started doing that really well in games 2 and 3. So he wasn't able to poke Luma and I was getting a lot of like up tilt or down tilt clank with his button, starbits afterwards, down tilt afterwards, and get like a free hit on him for like 10, 20 damage. So I did that very well along with punishing him for hitting Luma with like dash attacks, dash grabs, even like an up smash at some point. I think I like up smashed him for forward smashing Luma. And I'm like, yes, I felt bad. Games 2 and 3 were just double 3 stocks because I started protecting Luma a lot better and mixing up my punishes a little bit more when he was trying to like hit Luma. And then of course, juggling Mario, ledge trapping him pretty easily, even got an edge guard on him. Meanwhile, Mario can't chase Rosa when she's in disadvantage. So it's hard for him to like get damage. Like if it was Wizzy, he'd know my timings and positionings very well. But any other Mario just doesn't have a chance there. So, yeah, he tried Mario. Worked much worse than the Corrin, except for the game when he almost won. And then I fought Light, and I keep running the Light. Literally this weekend, I lost to Light 3 times in Zomba once. That's it. I got a lot of good wins, but bro. But I mean, I got third at this event, losing the Light. This was a set that should have won game 5. I dropped like a free up smash kill, game 4 at the end. Like, free, like, up smash, he whipped, I could just ran up and up smashed him, and I grabbed, and I'm like... But yeah, I just remember my, like, thoughts from before about, like, you know, push the advantage with my edge guards, try to control the stage a bit more aggressively, and game 1, I destroyed him, but honestly, game 1 versus Light, he was so down from losing the Zomba and Winners Finals, that I felt like he wasn't in the game there, so it was, like, a free game 1. And then games 2, 3, and 4 were all super close, but I just couldn't close out those last stocks. Every time I just couldn't get the right position to edge guard him, or I didn't execute the edge guard well enough. In fact, I think game 2 or 3, I potentially had an edge guard that I dropped on his up B that would have probably put me in a position to win the game. But, oh, it's so annoying to be so close. And, like, I know when I watch these matches, there's so much footage to look at. So I just gotta watch those, apply some things next time I fight some Fox players. And I could definitely win. But, like, man, it's so frustrating to be so close. And it's so frustrating that Light's so much better than every other Fox. That, like, I fight him. And, like, he hits those, like, ledge traps related dash tech super well. He hits, like, the up smash punishes, the up air juggle and combos really well. Ugh. But yeah, so overall, got third at this event, Cirque du CFL. And it's pretty good. It's like, I think at this point, I'm like, very clearly the 4th best player in the US. And very clearly, I should be like top 15 worldwide again. Considering I'm beating like everyone else and starting to take light sets off of like light again. But man, it's so frustrating to be so close there. I feel like anyone in the US isn't like Tweak Light or like Zomba, I just should beat for free. And I can take games off them. I can even take sets or get really close to it. And just a little bit more, and I actually can do it consistently. But right now, I'm not quite at that point yet. And luckily in October, there's a lot of events coming up. There's Rise and Grind and Let's Make Moves Miami. I'm 100% going to. I'm probably doing Big House. So I have a lot of chances in October to get these dubs I really want. So, wish me luck for that. But I just figured this tournament recap would be cool like always. You guys seem to enjoy it. So, and I might try some new characters for some of these players. We'll see. I have some things cooking in the lab right now besides the Rosa. Peace out, guys.